What's up, everybody? It's your boy Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. So in 2018, we got the G7 that came out, right? And a lot of people that's holding on to the G6, they want to know what's the difference in the screen quality between the G6 and the G7. So both of these devices have IPS displays, but you got a smaller display on the G6 and you got a longer, taller display on the G7. So let me go ahead and do a display tester so y'all guys can see the colors on both of these devices. So get your popcorn ready and follow me on this journey. Let's go. What's up, guys? This is Eric again with another video. So I review a lot of phones as far as displays and all kinds of stuff, right? And shout out to the LG community because they are very large, and I got a lot of requests to do this video as far as the screen quality on the G7 versus the G6. I know a lot of people that's holding on to the G6 because they got the new updates and it's running a lot better. The cameras are awesome, and all the bells and whistles is working on the G6. This is the new kid on the block, the G7. So let's go to check out the display on both of these devices. So let's get all this out of the way, and let's get to the meat of the show. All right, so I got the display tester opened up on both devices. Now, I got the brightness all the way up on both devices. All right, so I got the brightness all the way up on both devices, as you can see. So this is the brightest it goes. All right, and let's go to our display tester. Now, we got different aspect ratios here. The G7 has a 1440 by 3120, and the G6 has a 1440 by 2672 as far as the display. It's crazy aspect ratios. Let me give you kind of an example. I got the Galaxy Note 7. And let me show you the aspect ratio, which is a 16:9 aspect ratio. But when I open up the same program, it's going to give you 1440 by 2560. So this is the traditional 16:9 aspect ratio, which is 1440 by 2560. And you got all these crazy aspect ratios, 1440 by 3120 and 1440 by 2672. So yes, in 2018 we start to see a lot of different aspect ratios, so it is definitely different on the G7. Let's go and look at some color here on both devices. All right, so let's go ahead and pump up the brightness all the way up. As you can see, it's at 100% on both devices. All right, so let's go ahead and get that out to the glare. And I want y'all guys to see the color representation on both devices. When you're looking at this here, both devices look pretty good. I would give the edge to the LG G7 because it actually looked nice and rayed there. The G6 looks good too, but both colors look good. Looking at the greens, both colors look pretty good here. Good representation of both devices. All right, so when you're looking at the blues, again, both of them look pretty good here. I can't give the edge either or. You got pretty good displays here on both of them. Now we get to the whites. Now you do start to see a little difference here. I would say that the LG G7 is a little wider versus the LG G6 in this instance because the LG G6 looks a little kind of muddy a little bit, but that's the whites. When you get into the light grays, you do see a little more better light grays here versus there. Let's go ahead and go to a black. Again, IPS displays here. So let's look at the yellow. As you can see, the yellow look pretty good on both devices. I would give the edge to the G7. G7 does look a lot cleaner than the G6. When you're looking at magenta, again, from my view perspective, both of them look pretty good. Kind of the same. And when you're looking at the cyan, again, both of them look the same, and that's it. So that's the colors on both devices. And I would give the small edge to the G7 because the whites look a little wider than the G6, but overall, they're about what when it comes down to the color representation. All right, let's go to a web page. I want to show you guys real quick on like google.com. So that's the G's there right here, and that's the biggest I can get it on the G7. So let's go ahead and scale it down a little bit so you can see the difference. All right, so when you're looking at the G's here, right, from my advantage point, the G7 look a little clearer, the blues look a little better on the G7. let's look at the reds. Again, the reds look a little better on the G7. Let's get that back up here. All right, so we're looking at the red. The red here looks a little better on the G7, and when you're looking at the yellow here, again, I think it looked better on the G7, but the G6 looks good also. When you're looking at the G here, again, looks, I think all the colors looks a little better on the LG G7 versus the LG G6, but it's close. I mean, really and truly, it's close, but the aspect ratio here give it the advantage. So overall, I just want to kind of give you a quick video on the screen quality on the LG G7 versus the LG G6. One of the things I want to show you guys is one of my frustrations with the LG G6 is that again, I still haven't received any software updates. Right now I'm still running Android 7.0. I did get an update as far as Android security patch, which is April 1st. So I did get an updated security patch, but I'm still running Android 7.0. So there you have it. The LG G6 versus the LG G7 when it comes down to screen quality. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about both of these devices, and I can test more devices. As you guys can see, I got plenty of devices to play around with here because I am a kid at Christmas when it comes down to devices. This is Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about the LG G7 versus the LG G6. See you guys on the next video. Peace.